Every single point does matter. This is not a best of series. This is earn as many points as you can in the 4-match set. So that is going to be how this is played out here as we jump into King's Row.
Here we go, on to the meat of the point. Comes Norway diving in. Onigon having to throw down that biotic field, trying to keep himself alive. And Decod goes forward, finds Jazzy, pops him out of the mech. And the Helix Rockets will go ahead and finish him off. A bit of a changing back here coming through as IPN does fall. But Norway very broadly winning out on these fights and maintaining that hold on the point. The cap might just come through right here. Yeah. And it looks like that's just going to be it. So Hong Kong will concede and Norway pick up point A very quickly. Hong Kong still playing a bit further forward, looking for those flanking opportunities with the like of Hyper and the Soldier 76 here. But now Decod going very far forward, trying to build up for that Primal Rage, just zapping away. No real kill threat coming through from him yet. And now he's got to be a bit careful as that nano boost does come down here onto Pandaren, but he takes so much damage, has to leap back around the corner to keep himself alive. In the meantime, Norway going to be pushing back forward, have that Transcendence coming through from IPN, and they will find Pandaren in the end as the cart just keeps moving along steadily, slowly, but steady for the side of Norway as they keep advancing over to point B. Pop-out's going to come through on to a Jazzy, does throw down the self-destruct, not going to find anything, and he's going to die for that. So Hong Kong really just kind of getting swept under the rug by Norway right now. You can see he's just not really in a great position to get those flanking opportunities. He has to keep kiting back, and now the self-destruct does find Mango. Get the pop-up out into Jazzy, and yet again, he is going to fall. The tanky front line here from Hong Kong just being shattered. Discord Orb in onto Pandaren, has to stay back, has to drop the bubble, can't leap in now comfortably. IPN does get forced out on the Transcendence as the Pulse Bomb comes through from Hyper, but the payload just meters in front of this point C, and with that Primal Rage, Decod goes forward, finishes off Mango. Pandaren has fallen off the map, moving desperately, trying to find something with that Nano Visor. Will get the pop out, will finish off IPN, but he is still losing team members around him. Hyper going down as Onigon answers with his own, firing away shot after shot, rolling into the station. Just 1.47 meters now is that payload for Norway. Nearly have that completion, just need to get rid of these few members, and with that pulse bomb helping take down the Winston, they might just have it. Mix desperately trying to keep this one in contention, and they will be able to do so for now. So it seems like Hong Kong might just be able to hold on for a little bit longer, but there's still over 4 minutes on the clock here for Norway. It's just an all-out brawl because Norway just keeps throwing their bodies back in onto the payload, trying to keep this one pushing in. Now the rejoin coming through from Decod, jumping forward. They find Pandaren to start off the fight, just need Jazzy, and that's going to be the entire tank line taken down. Now the Genji, having fallen, self-destruct, though not going to find any picks, but does help zone people back. They'll get the re-entry in onto the back, but now the sound barrier is in here for Norway. They are all in on this push. They want to finish it off with a massive time bank for themselves. Pandaren up into the air, popping the Primal Rage, and the Transcendence coming through. So Hong Kong throwing out everything that they possibly have to try to stay into this one, but Jazzy will still get taken down by the Pulse Bomb, and Onigon is firing away with yet another Tac Visor. Finds the Genji, just chipping them away, and that will finally be it. They free up enough space to get that last meter and a half in. See them just trying to poke out, but getting the kills on the Norway end range is just going to be so difficult with Mix going down there. Mango falling off screen as IPN wins out on that Zenyatta duel. No supports available now for Hong Kong. They're going to have to wait to regroup, but that just buys more time off the time bank. They do go forward though. However, find Trope and IPN, so these are going to be the counter openings. But Norway does fire back. Hyper going down. Jazzy popped out of the mech, and Pandaren falling as well. They will finish off that Baby Diva for the maximum stagger.
Okay, so Lewis still has the Dragon Blade available here. They have the support ultimates, but here comes the self-destruct, taken out of the mech actually, as Aiko, as he dropped it down here. This is a huge opportunity, but here comes the Transcendence.
Yeah, double Transcendence coming through from both the Zenyatas as everybody tries to posture in onto the point. Sound barrier from both teams as well. So all of them just dumping out every support ultimate that they could possibly find. And finally, it will be that first hit coming through for Hong Kong. Wait, can they stick in and get the actual cap with those picks coming through? It seems like the answer should be yes, but there's still plenty of time that can be bought by Decod. Gonna go low, has a Primal Rage available. Does he want to commit it to this fight? The answer is going to be yes. Pops that one out, has the Discord Orb, so we'll be taking quite a bit of damage as that second tick comes through onto the point here for Hong Kong, but the cap still being delayed further and further as we are encroaching on a minute remaining.
Yeah, now everyone's respawned back in vision very low. We'll have to recall here, but they do get everyone back. Decod buying so much time here, and this may still be the hold. Incredible time buying by Decod here from Norway.
Both Winston's going down, Mix is going to fall as well, but it's just going to be an exchange of the supports as IPN falls. Trope falling now as well, so Hong Kong, do they finally have the upper hand? And Vision is looking to shut that out, has to be forced into the recall to keep himself alive. Doesn't have any healers available for him. He's poking in, trying to finish off Mango, and he gets him, just bending the bullet seemingly around Pandaren, takes him out, and yet again Hong Kong will be held at bay. Norway able to regroup.
This is just so little time left now for Hong Kong to work with. They have the Dragon Blade, they're going to have Transcendence. Here we go, it's going to be both of them.
Yeah, popping this one out, just trying to withstand that Dragon Blade. It looks like they will be able to do so. In the meantime, Onigon on the high ground yet again. again, has attack visor out, takes down Hyper. Everybody else just bending back around the statue, but there's no time left on the clock. 5 seconds, they have to pile into this one. Ambition throwing down the pulse bomb, not gonna find any kills, but they're still held at bay. Knocks Jazzy out of the mech. In hindsight, does find that, but now it's all or nothing here for Hong Kong to win this first map. Diving in, they lose to Genji. Trope his fault. They get rid of IPN. Could this be the opening? No supports available for the side of Norway, but they still need so much more. Aiko falling, they lose out onto Mango. Mix going down as well. Norway, can they do this? They have to get through the primal Winston Pandarin as they just jump around. Overtime still ticking in the cap, getting ready to come through as Pandarin desperately tries to make this happen for his team, but Decon does get that sound barrier. He is still alive and he is still killing Genjis.
Will finally get pushed away here though. Jazzy getting up the picks here. Decod's still alive. That's so important. He's the best one to buy time.
That's going to be the last second contest coming through. Jazzy knocked out of the mech yet again as Norway wants to finish this one off. Pandarin going down. Jazzy killed in the baby demon form in the pulse bomb. Connects in onto Hyper. And it looks like Norway will have done it. The full hold coming through onto point A after pushing all the way to C. Mango has that EMP ready to go, but does he want to dive in? Doesn't actually get the opportunity. Just gets taken down as Envision finds a double kill. Pulse bomb in onto Mix, finishing him off. We'll go ahead, get the 3K as Pandarin goes down as well. And Norway shoving them all the way back to that initial choke point by this spawn.
It's going to be all about IPN's Transcendence. He can get it off before the EMP goes down there. It's going to be huge. Here comes Mango around from the back. Will they react to this? IPN drops the
Transcendence comes through perfectly timed by IPN. Picks it up and Mango's going to be the first one to fall as the fight breaks out. Onigon with his own tag visor firing away, but Jazzy does have the defense matrix, but not well enough in front of Hyper to keep him alive. Will go down and Norway is just going to scoop up everybody and throw them into the bin. Fantastic shutdown, fantastic reaction.
And that's what you've got to do as IPN here. You have to react. You have to see that Sombra running at you with the translocator. You have to have that ability to know this is when the EMP is coming and drop that out first to completely nullify the effects there.
Hong Kong likely going to have to dump everything in just to get this cap and vision. Not going to be finding the stick there with that pulse bomb, so won't find any entry frags for his squad yet. But now the sound barrier is coming down as they try to go ahead and keep this one contested. Nearly the cap there for Hong Kong. Will now be over into overtime as Norway tries to maintain control. A self-destruct thrown out here by Jazzy, just trying to buy a bit of zone for his squad, but actually comes up with a lot more than that. Finds the kill in onto Trobe, but they get answered back for as Mango and Hyper both go down, and Vision yet again operating on these flank lines. Nearly has another pulse bomb to offer up, perhaps to take down Pandarin, because he doesn't have
There's the recap.
Primal range, and the recap does come through. Now they have to tag in onto this one. We'll see if Pandarin can find his way in, but
can't get in there.
Just not going to happen.
We'll have the double support ultimates to pair with that very soon.
The initial cap nearly coming through as Envision already has the pulse bomb. Throws it out, finds Pandarin, takes him down, and that's going to be Mango falling as well. Mix going to go down, and it seems like Norway will yet again be getting this. The first cap coming through. We'll see how long they can hold on to it this time. It was only one flip for Hong Kong.
Now onto the Winston, it's Pandarin onto the Lucio. This can sometimes be a double sword. You can show the flexibility of this composition, the 6-man roster, but maybe too many heroes for too many players.
All right, well, it's going to be a very aggressive play coming through as Norway just pushes through the Transcendence out from IPN as they try to shove them all the way back, just keeping them contained in the side rooms, and Onigon has that attack visor firing away, just straight out. No one there to block it, but will get cut down in the end. As Genji has the Dragon Blade ready to go, so just chops him up.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a big flip here for Hong Kong, perhaps. Haven't gotten the point yet, as D-God will fall in the end.
But look at how quickly IPN's been able to build up that Transcendence, and they're going to use the sound barrier to try to contest now, moving in.
Yeah, go ahead, throw that one out, but Onigon's been booped off the map by Pandarin, so just comes up with that kill, so fantastic way to start things off here for Hong Kong as they try to maintain this control over the point, but Jazzy is just going to get cleaned up in Norway yet again. Will still just, despite being first blooded by Hong Kong on that push, will still be able to get in here and possibly come up with this retake.
And it was really off the back of the sound barrier. It was really well timed here. They used it with the amp it up for the speed boost, so a really hyper-aggressive attack coming in, catching Hong Kong off guard, and now they have self-destruct. They're going to use it aggressively here over the wall.
It's throwing it straight in towards the spawn. Not going to find anybody, but it certainly does buy them a little bit more time, keeping them away from
super aggressive, though.
The bridge. But yeah, just throwing that one, Aiko. You know, Aiko, you never know. But they have to get back in. They have to get this retake. Pulse bomb does come through, connects in onto Hyper, and he's going to be taken down first and foremost here on the point. Didn't have that primal rage available, nowhere near it, in fact. And out Norway still looking to hold firmly as that Transcendence comes out from the side of IPN, just keeping everybody topped off. Decon with that primal rage, keeping himself alive as well. And now attack visor out from Mango, but he's falling dangerously low, and everybody just pours back in into the room with him to go ahead and finish him off. He goes down, and now seems like it's just going to be yet another regroup coming through here from Hong Kong, but the staggers are going to be there on the respawns. It's 95% for Norway. They have to get in onto the point.
Yeah, they do. Okay, Hong Kong coming in now. Gonna have to contest this.
But already Mix has been popped out, and TacVisor here just go ahead and take out anybody that pushes forward. There's no Demon Defense Matrix to eat up this soldier damage, so Onigod just gonna be firing away, coming up with multiple kills, finishes off the Genji right at the end.
Sound barrier
there.
there.
You go. Norway will just clean house, and they will go ahead and take Lijiang Tower with a 2-0. Well, Mango as well getting poked down here is operating over onto that Reaper, much like we saw on Dead from China earlier on. Mix gonna get left on, almost goes down, but all of a sudden the kills just explode onto the board here for Norway. Scooping up several, Aiko finding some here with the Genji, the double dash through, takes him down. The turret will fall here for Pandaren, or the mech will fall for Pandaren. Turret about to go down here at the end. Well, and that should just be the first cap coming through for Norway very swiftly to give them, you know, just about 7 minutes on the clock.
They didn't need to kill the turret first, they just killed everybody else. Pretty basic there. And now they're looking for the second cap. They've got a lot of ults available here.
Well, that is going to be one of them. The Molten Core here from Mix does get thrown down, trying to buy a little bit of time, but it loses out on all of his team members here yet again.
Oh,
looking
man.
for a bit more, nearly half the second. You can see Dekot does go down.
Sound barrier here, it looks like almost a ceremony. Here's the Dragon Blade. Eco doesn't have much shielding with this.
Yeah, but he's still going to be cutting away, gets that mech gone, dashes through, finds Mango yet again, and you can see that that should just be it. Just about here. Final contention will come through from Jazzy and Mix. The Nano Lucio coming through. Move out of the way, boys. Those boops got some real damage to him, but Mix's life, he's not long for this world. He is desperately trying to keep himself topped off. Has to kite back. There's no health pack available, so he will get cut down in the end by Dekot going forward. But it has delayed the cap so far from Norway. Drains out a little bit more time on that clock, but there's still over 5 minutes. Oh, Mango going low, forces out the recall, has to dash back, keeps himself alive. In the meantime, self-destruct will come through. Not gonna find anything so far, but the TacVisor is there from Onigod, and that could do some serious work. But the defense matrix is there. Pulse bomb coming down, not gonna find a stick, but they still are able to follow up and take down IPN in the end. Moo gets taken out by that TacVisor, and now the kills yet again coming through here for Norway is the rest of the team. Everybody just focusing in onto that choke, onto that TacVisor. The rest of the team just goes forward. They find all these kills, but Jazzy comes up with the double. Bionic Grenade takes out Dekot, and Vision goes down as well. But still, it's very close to the cap coming through for the side of Norway. Aiko with that Dragon Blade comes up with 2 kills already, just dashing his way to victory, but will get jumped on, will go down in the end. And it seems like yet again, Hong Kong will be able to maintain control. And this is what we're talking about, the difficulty of capping this final point.
Now, there's something you could do as the attacker. The defender always has that extra advantage. You need to get a massive amount of kills and carry that momentum. And Hong Kong has the ult advantage still, so Norway, that time is ticking down.
Well, now it's an Nano boost in onto the Dragon Blade. Move pushing forward, looking for some kills, trying to get in onto the support members. Can't quite find it though, has to go ahead and sheath it, but still just chucking out these shurikens, trying to find some poke out kills. If not, just finish off IPN. Does have those shields coming through, does get topped off. In the meantime, both the tanks going down yet again for the side of Hong Kong, but is it going to be able to be capitalized on is the question. With Envision going down, perhaps the answer is going to be no yet again. Move still firing away into this one. Will get taken down. The zaps coming through, and Onigod finds the hits. Cap is still being contested, so Norway still struggling, and there's just a minute left on the clock at this point. They've been drained down so much. Onigod going to fall as Hyper goes forward, smacks him down with the melee hits. Just an all-out brawl in onto the point. They will finally get it in the end. Hong Kong not quite paying attention closely enough to get that, to keep that in contention. So the cap does come through, but 56 seconds, all that was remaining for Norway at the end.
Mango gets low again, does survive for the time being, but the coordination, you can really see it on Norway. Here we go, this is their opportunity. Sound barrier already used.
Yeah, it does get dropped in here. Hyper not going to be receiving that one. In the meantime, self-destruct will come through. Doesn't find any picks so far. Actually gets the one onto Envision. A bit of a poor placement there from the Tracer. Couldn't get himself out, and Moo with that Dragon Blade thrown out. Not going to find anything really for it. Does get cut down. He'll get zapped to death from the side of Dekot as they leap in onto the point, trying to keep this one in contention. And you can see Hong Kong yet again. They pour everything into that assault, and it just gets stomped out.
And now they have very few tools to retake. It's going to take a miracle here for them to take it now.
You can see that Nano boost coming through here. Dekot going to go drop in, looking for another Primal Rage to get built up for it. There's on the bubble, trying to keep himself alive. Will go ahead and get the pop out onto Mix's mech, and he is going to fall right off the bat. Pandaren going down as well, as Norway yet again just cleans up house. Hyper's going to die for that extra painful stagger, and they'll go ahead and get Mango as well.
Sound barrier is pretty much out of the question. Can Mango make a play here? That's going to be the big story.
Pulse Bomb has already gotten rid of Mix. Mango going for it, has the Death Blossom ready to go, but you can see that defense matrix there. The try to deny does get Envision with it, but won't find anything else forced into the Wraith form with 32 HP remaining. Will get hounded down by Onigod. They'll just be coming around, trying to clean up onto the point, and Moo tries to draw out the Dragon Blade, will get killed in mid-cast. He goes down. That's the full hold in onto Horizon. Onigod right now having sole possession over the gas station will be knocked off of that one, as I do say. The leap board comes through, but he has the attack visor out. Defense matrix forward from Mix to go ahead and chew up the majority of that damage. Got a little bit out, but overall will be denied. In the meantime, still just going to be a bit of a scrappy 1-for-1 here exchange. Onigod will get stuck, and he will go down.
It's going to be, it looks like a very quick capture here. They're going to go for one last contest.
Oh, the sound barrier
does come in, but it's matched.
Yeah, it does help keep them alive, at least for the moment here from the side of Hong Kong. Pulse Bomb out, does take out Hyper, so already one of the tanks going to go ahead and be nullified. Mix the only remaining one as they try to hold on to this. Payload pushing forward, just tagging in and out of contention at the moment, so Norway is still kind of inching this one along as Mix goes down, Pandaren falling as well, and that will just be the completion here onto A. A lot of time still in the clock for these guys, so it's just trucking along very smoothly. In the meantime, though, Attack Visor with a nano boost coming through here from Mango, firing away, but there's a defense matrix right in front of his face here from Aiko. Will be dropped in the end, so does cut through that mech, but the self-destruct comes down. Will be zoning everybody back, and Aiko actually finishes off Hyper in the baby piece of form.
His pilot mode gets the kill there.
So that's a bit of an embarrassing one there for Hyper. We won't talk about it anymore. Self-destruct answered out, not going to be finding anything, and Mix will die, and Norway just going to be looking to make record time here on Route 66 as they are right in front of point B already. A minute and a half, all that it took for the street space.
Defensively, Norway just keeps this rolling.
I mean, Hyper just getting ripped apart here, and Vision just going to jump straight inside the bubble to try to finish him off. Sleep Dart not going to connect there from Jazzy, throws out the pulse bomb, but it was Mix available with the defense matrix to eat that one up, so no big bang coming through from Envision. He does trade one out onto the Ana, does die, but in the meantime, Deacon here with the Primal Rage is just scooping up the support members, throwing them into the trash, and Norway just keep that payload moving.
This push is just rolling through. It's a train, it's a truck.
It really is, and now they're just looking for the finish here. IPN going forward with the Transcendence, chain straight into that sound barrier. They want to finish things off right here, right now. Attack Visor out from Onigod, firing away, almost gets the kill in onto Pandaren, can't quite find it. Meantime, Pulse Bomb there from Moon, not going to come up with anything, but they are able to answer back several kills, and it seems like Norway will finally, for the first time, be halted. And Deacon is just keeping everybody contained into that left side spawn, just wailing away at the doorway, keeping them zoned back. Will be joining back in here onto the payload. Self-destruct thrown out here from the side of Mix. Doesn't come up with any picks. He will be able to get the remech coming through, but Mango has fallen yet again. The supports being targeted as Pandaren goes down. Sleep Dart in onto Deacon. Can they finish him off is going to be the question. And it seems like the answer is yes. Moved has finally come up with that one, but it's still just these sparse few kills coming through from Hong Kong as they desperately try to hold on.
Well, this could be the end of it here. We do see the sound barrier come up. Looks like this is going to be one of their last attempts. They do shove off. Aiko actually nearly with that mech to come back here with a self-destruct. Doesn't quite have it, actually, it looks like. So they're going to have to reset up for another push. Deacon's looking to start it. They're going to dive in here onto the back lines. Transcendence is already popped for IPN.
Yeah, throw down, just trying to nullify this. Nano Visor coming through, and Mango won't be able to pick up anything with it. In the meantime, sound barrier coming through here from Norway, and the first kill is going to be Pandaren going down, now chasing Jazzy all the way back into the spawn. IPN does fall off screen, but Moo dies right after he tosses that pulse bomb. Norway still coming up with the kills, rolling it into the station. Can this just be the completion? Can anybody tag it here from the side of Hong Kong? The answer is going to be no. Contained yet again into the corner by Deacon, coming up with that Primal Rage.
Hyper, maybe the first fall, does finally get that Primal Rage here. He's going to drop it for survivability. Attack Visor comes down.
He's trying to clear things off the top of Big Girls. Will be successful in that endeavor, but the sound barrier comes through. Still a couple kills picked up here for the side of Hong Kong, but answered yet again by Onigod, who now has that attack visor ready to go, firing away, trying to get the kill in onto Pandaren, but can't quite find it. There's a Diva sticking to him like glue, ensuring that the defense matrix is there to mitigate so much of that damage that would otherwise be coming through. Now Mango getting left on, and Vision has to be forced out with a recall. Still rather low, kites back around. Keep himself alive. We'll be able to get that health back as it does respawn.
I'd like to see them wait for either the attack visor or at least the self-destruct before popping it, but they don't. They pop it down right away, trying to get Deacon.
Yeah, they only get Deacon with that one. They will be able to take him out, but is it going to be enough? See Aiko, the Baby Diva form, trying to get back into the mech. Perhaps as Envision is just wreaking havoc on the back line, jumping on top of Pandaren yet again. Now another attack visor is out here from Onigod, leaping in, trying to find Jazzy, but the bubble is there to cut off the bullet spray. He will fall in the end as Envision goes forward with a tracer, takes him out, and still it's going to be Norway maintaining control. Mix dying mid-air, but comes up with the double kill.
He got greedy there.
Worth it, you'd have to say. Onigod trying to finish him off before he got around the corner. Will get punished for that one.
He got the kill, but he didn't survive. Would have been more impressive had he gotten out of there, but still, you got to appreciate the accuracy.
Sound barrier comes down here from Norway as they want to hold it right here. A minute 20 remaining on the clock, but Decod's still going to be the first one to go down. And now Transcendence out from the side of Jazzy to keep everybody topped off. And it seems like it's going to be working out relatively well here for the side of Hong Kong as they scoop up these kills. And Vision and Tro both going down. Panarin does get answered for it, but with IPN, Aiko, and only got all going down, it's going to be a very delayed team kill. And should be the completion. Now Hong Kong kind of turning up the heat, putting their foot on the gas.
This is
are able to roll their way in. And 2 minutes 25 seconds with only 5 remaining for Norway is very doable to match.
Absolutely. The EMP was the cutoff of the retreat to stagger those respawns. So they're getting very, very dangerously close now to completing this with a better time bank. Just waiting for that second EMP. Envision picked off already. This could be a huge opportunity.
Not a fantastic way to start things off at all. And Decod's going to go down as well. Mango starting to pop up here with the Soldier 76 trope going forward, trying to buy some time. But he is going to die, and it's just one after the other. Norway goes in, and they all get punished for it. Only God falling.
Moo just doing so much extra damage, even waiting here on the high ground of the platform to try to get some nice hacks off. Gonna go for Decod first. Stops him with the shield there. Sick hack there. Ryan gonna be focused down now. He's taken out by Pandera,
and he's just gonna fall.
EMP. EMP very close here. Mango uncontested.
Well, Aiko's going to draw out that Dragon Blade, looking for a couple picks, finds one on the Mango, but everybody just turns around, sees the Genji, and they come out, and now it's just 2.46 meters right in front of the point. Nano Boost used in onto Onigun, but he's got no HP left. He's going to get finished off, and now Transcendence down onto the point as Decod rejoins desperately, trying to keep this in contention, but he's got that Discord orb, so has to be careful. Swinging away wildly with the hammer, will lose IPN off screen, and Vision yet again going down, and the sound barrier comes through through here from Hong Kong as they try to finish this one out. Trove falling yet again, and it seems like they might have just done it. 0.05 meters. There you go. They got it in the end, and Hong Kong finally show up in this series.
That's right. They are showing up. Their shows of fire showing light.
And Hong Kong look to be in a very strong position at the moment. Decod forced back, has to leap his way out to safety.
Oh, Aiko's going to go down here too.
They're going to go ahead. They're going to get rid of Aiko right at the crucial moment as they get ready to go into overtime. EMP dropping as well from the side of Moo, and they are just looking to end this right here. Overtime ticking through as they try to keep this one in contention. Norway will just get torn apart. It's all down to Envision. Gets the recall off the dash back in. He's going to die. Can they tag it in time is going to be the question. I don't think they can. Hong Kong holding right around the first corner. And Norway feeling the heat for the first time in this series. Decod going forward, gets chunked out, has to kite back with the rest of his squad, but Mango is still just going to go ahead and cut him down, just firing away into the ranks of Norway. Finds that kill onto the tank, but they will lose that onto Jazzy.
EMP could be all they need to make this happen. They're holding on to it now. It could be their way in. Here it comes.
They drop this one down. Mango going to be pushing forward. Nearly has attack visor available, but doesn't have it to couple up with it yet. Aiko going to be knocked out of the mech as Decod goes forward yet again. Will be getting targeted out. Aiko still hasn't fallen, but now the pulse bomb comes through, and Jazzy's going to get taken out as Envision finds the kill. Self-destruct will be thrown into the backside, looking for something. Comes with a double kill. Mix just taking down IPN. Only God falling as well, and I think Hong Kong might just have done it. They are ripping it through Norway, looking to complete this push. Envision doing his damnedest to stop that from happening, but he will go down in the end.
That's going to be it.
Hong Kong, in the end, in Game 4, are able to pick up a win, will not go down 0-4. They put a point on the board for themselves.
And this is so important for them going into the rest of the group too, with the cards stacked against them, down 0-3 to take Route 66, find their comfort picks here, really find finally the sixth man that's working for them.